to the channel, everyone. I am Mr. E, and we are once again going to take a look at the creepiest TikToks. So let's have a look.
To put it in perspective for people who have never studied ancient Egypt, Cleopatra, the pyramids, if you look at the date of the pyramids, Cleopatra is closer to us.
Yes, than the pyramids were to Cleopatra.
Yeah,
Yeah.
which is nuts.
It's crazy.
It's like,
Yeah.
you stop and think about that, like, wait a minute, what? They was that old back then?
Yeah.
And they've found these little tiny airplanes inside the pyramids, these little miniature, carved airplanes that look like airplanes. And people have tried to say, well, no, they represent birds. That doesn't look like a bird at all. I mean, they have a rudder. I mean, they look like planes.
The timescale on this one seems crazy to me, that Cleopatra is closer in time to nowadays than she was to the pyramids being built. That's crazy to me. I don't know if a lot of people know, but the woolly mammoth was still around when the pyramids were being built. One of the craziest timescales that I've discovered recently is that the film Home Alone was closer in time to the moon landings than it was to the present day. That made me feel old.
So apparently the Vatican is preparing people because we about to be seeing supernatural beings, demons, apparitions. And so they're getting ready to give us a guidelines, right? And so even schools are setting up drill tests in case aliens come. This teacher went on record to say that. Schools are having drills, test lockdowns for skinwalkers. Last but not least, they're preparing you for the demon face syndrome. In my opinion, two things are gonna go down. The fake alien invasion, or they're gonna release demonic creatures above ground. Let me know in the comments what you guys think about this.
Now I'm still trying to find out whether this one is real or not. If it is, this is quite big news. This is crazy. I don't know where this has come from, but yeah, there's something big on the horizon. I don't know whether this is religious or not, but something's coming.
It's a UFO over there. The Nellis Air Force Base is following it. It's right there. You see it? They following.
I need to get your flashlight off so you can see it. Take it there. Are they gone?
On the day of the eclipse, our most eastern tsunami buoy was turned off. But the day after the eclipse, there was this mass water movement that came from Antarctica that was the size of Texas. Ventu Sky said like, oh, it's like a glitch. But the same anomaly happened on February 22nd, March 27th, and then April 9th. It looks like it kind of starts at this one island above Antarctica, Bouvet Island. We talked about one time the Russian torpedo called the Poseidon. It's a nuclear weapon. Supposedly, it can create a 1,000-foot tsunami filled with radioactive material. But supposedly, this past week of the eclipse, they tested it and it worked. And I'm like, well, where are the Russian labs in Antarctica? And it's directly south of Bouvet.
So they shot it at Bouvet.
Or they went to Bouvet to shoot it out. They're saying that this Poseidon tsunami could literally just cover the entire of the UK.
The UK is going to be the next Atlantis.
And then we'll just all choose to forget about
They'll
it.
be
like,
like yeah, folklore about it. Did you know that their cookies were called biscuits?
Okay.
The anomaly that was first appeared and detected in the ocean since the beginning of April around the solar eclipse has now returned for the 4th time and is now the size of South America. I read in a lot of comments that it could be a possible mothership, frequency, Leviathan. What is this dark energy? For this to show up this many times, I don't buy it being a glitch, and something is definitely up and in the waters. Could this be something that could take over the east side of the United States? What is this weird anomaly? Let me know in the comments below.
Couple of good UFO videos there. Do like a good UFO video on this channel. Make of them what you will. Still undecided myself, but quite good videos there. The one about the underwater radar. This one's quite interesting. It's sort of appeared around the same time as the solar eclipse and keeps coming back. I've read a couple of theories online of what it could be, but it seems massive, absolutely huge. No idea what this could be.
One of the biggest mysteries of recent decades is this small artifact called the Black Pyramid. The pyramid-shaped stone is just 25 centimeters high and was found along with other artifacts in La Manna, Ecuador, in 1984. Investigators realized that it glows under ultraviolet light and has an unusual eye carved in the top. The eye doesn't seem to be human, but more reptilian. But the strangest thing is carved on the bottom, a representation of the stars in Orion's belt with some writing. This writing is very ancient and known as pre-Sanskrit, and the translation is Sutamati Kara as, the son of the creator, comes from here.
There's been a lost civilization in the human story. The specific example I give is above the King's Chamber in the Great Pyramid are 5 further chambers. And these chambers are roofed and floored with granite beams that weigh about 70 tons each. And there are hundreds of them. And these 70-ton granite beams, which to put in context, a 70-ton beam is equivalent in weight to 35 large SUVs. These 70-ton granite beams have been elevated to a height of more than 350 feet above the ground and carefully and precisely placed in position. It is very hard for archaeologists to explain how that was done using purely leverage and mechanical advantage. You can say, oh, perhaps they built a ramp and hauled the stones up the ramp. But then you have to confront basic laws of physics. You can't haul a stone weighing tens of tons up a slope that exceeds 10 degrees.
Great Pyramid is almost perfectly a true north. Still think it's a coincidence? Well, did you know that the Great Pyramid sides are on the exact line of the equator? And the three pyramids of Giza are perfectly aligned to match the belt of Orion. When you look at all the facts, it doesn't take a genius to understand that whoever built the most accurately aligned structure on Earth was not a simple people group using primitive methods, but incredibly intelligent workers.
The Anunnaki might be an ancient race of humans. It's true. Our current understanding of the Anunnaki supposedly comes from ancient Sumerian texts. The story of the Anunnaki explains how over 400,000 years ago, creator gods came to Earth to search for resources for their home planet Nibiru. However, the Anunnaki then stayed on Earth and created and taught some ancient humans everything they knew. But could this actually be true? The Mayans actually had evidence that the Anunnaki existed in their writings and texts. It is even stated that the Anunnaki assisted the Mayans with all of their intricate temples and cities. This is because the Anunnaki used the Mayan temples as a messenger to communicate with these ancient civilizations, which could explain how the Mayans built such complex structures with ease. What do you think?
In the late 1980s, Doug Muchler, a counterintelligence officer stationed in Alaska, stumbled upon a puzzling anomaly on a map of Denali National Park. A small area, conspicuously labeled as "not surveyed to date," caught his attention. Little did he know, this seemingly innocuous patch of land would lead him down a rabbit hole of clandestine operations and cover-ups. Years later, reports of an underground nuclear detonation in China brought attention to seismic anomalies detected in central Alaska. These disturbances revealed the presence of a massive pyramid buried beneath the surface, larger than the Great Pyramid of Giza. Doug's suspicions were confirmed when he realized the pyramid's location coincided precisely with the uncharted area he had encountered earlier. Attempts to suppress the story only fueled speculation. Witnesses came forward, recounting encounters with mysterious black-clad operatives and experiencing electromagnetic disturbances near the pyramid's vicinity. Marty Johnson, an engineer with first-hand knowledge, described the pyramid as a sophisticated energy generator, shrouded in secrecy since the 1950s. Despite efforts to bury the truth, intrepid individuals like Lee Pearson's son, Bruce, embarked on expeditions to uncover the pyramid's secrets. As sightings of strange phenomena persist, the quest to unravel the mystery of the Dark Pyramid persists.
I think the pyramids are the most fantastic and most mysterious things on this planet to this day. The fact that they have been found all over the world, even some in Antarctica, apparently. How did these old civilizations who'd never met each other build these structures that were so similar? I think it's quite amazing. And we still, to this day, don't really know how they did it. I think you can work on theories, but apparently they just didn't have the technology to do this. So yeah, I think they're incredible. I still think Nikola Tesla's idea is the best that I've seen so far, that the pyramids of Giza were a power conductor. Apparently they were supposed to have been built as tombs for the great pharaohs, but as far as I'm aware, they have never found any bodies in them. So how can you explain that they were supposed to be for tombs? But yeah, I still think these the pyramids are incredible things, and it'd be great to learn how they were built. I don't think we'll ever fully understand it. Okay, everyone, I'm going to wrap that video up for today. Really hope you've enjoyed. If you have, please like, subscribe, comment. It's going to really help this channel. I've got a few ideas of where to go next, so it'd be great to get your feedback and hear from you. So hopefully see you again soon.